let's get 500 to 1,000 people down there for a real event. Let's pick this tomorrow afternoon if you want. When we come back, we'll also play a clip. Your calls and a ton of key news coming up in the next 30 minutes after this short segment. Then we're going to get into, well, a discussion of talk radio and communications and how to really get the word out on more AM and FM stations. We'll also discuss how the media has changed with Michael Zwirling, who is an independent radio station operator out in California. Now, if you want to watch the video in its entirety, it's in the U.S. News section of Infowars.com. Police surround New York Federal Reserve after in the Fed flash mob Facebook protest. And Danny Panzilla is our guest right now. And I had the idea. I said, how about we have a demonstration? And I said, when is a good time, Danny? And he said, well, 4 o'clock's when Wall Street lets out. And you can really talk to, you know, the traders. Yeah, boy, that's a pun intended. You can talk to the Federal Reserve low-level minions coming out of the private cancer that is the seat of evil here in the United States, the Bank of England arm known as the New York Fed. So we're going to have a spontaneous demonstration. And again, this won't save the world, but resistance to tyranny will. And then you'll shoot YouTube videos, you'll post them, hundreds of thousands will see it. Then they'll get the idea to protest their Fed in their area instead of going and protesting the puppet Obama, which then everybody just ignores. It's these types of events that actually get attention. So everybody, 4 to 6 tomorrow. Try to get there at 4, but if you can't, 5, 6 o'clock. 4 to 6, New York Federal Reserve. Let's play a clip of Danny going up and the entire building being surrounded by police guarding their banker owners from the evil people that would criticize the foreign criminals. Here it is.
Have the Fed surrounded? You guys usually have the Fed surrounded?
No, we just here for today. I don't know why.
Something special going on.
Something special going on. I'll work uptown.
Surrounded.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. Well, this cop says flash mob.
What's going on today? You guys got the Fed surrounded. That's not normal.
Just a drill.
Okay.
Just a drill. Cop said just a drill.
What's going on today? They don't usually have the Fed surrounded.
No, it was going to be a flash mob.
No, there's going to be a flash mob today, but they never showed up. And then here's his little Facebook posting. And by little, I'm not belittling it. I'm saying that's how big things start. Like Luke Radowski literally had almost no support, no followers, came on this show. He was oppressed by the police, threatened. People witnessed it, so they went and supported him. And now hundreds of groups worldwide educating folks. And I hope that's what comes out of this, going down there with his young son. Danny Panzilla, thank you so much for what you've done. Folks can watch the full video again at Truth Squad TV or at Infowars.com. But I hope to see at least 200, 300 people spontaneously join you down there tomorrow at 4. Any final comments?
Yeah, you know, I wanted to mention the compartmentalization that you could see with the cops. As I approached each one, and they had different ranks, one guy had no idea why he was there. The other guy thought it was a drill. And then finally, the lieutenant was the one who actually knew, you know, what was going on. So you could just see how they use the compartmentalization to keep the police going forward with an agenda that's clearly unconstitutional.
Well, they certainly do, and it's that very Federal Reserve that's the consortium for the mega banks that are destroying those officers' future and the value of their dollar. I mean, there are the criminals, and there's a great example of compartmentalization with the police there in mass protecting their kings. Earlier in the video, if we can back it up and find the spot and just show the image for prisonplanet.tv viewers, radio listeners can go watch it on the websites, Truth Squad TV and Infowars.com. But if you watch the video, what, about every 5 feet there's a cop stationed all the way around the building?
Yeah, they were all around all 4 blocks. I walked, it's not in the video, but I walked all 4 blocks around the Fed, and they were surrounding the whole building.
Yeah, in some areas of the video, it looks like every 5 feet. In other areas, about every 15. But just incredible. How many police total? Hundreds?
I would say there were probably about 40 spanning the whole 4 blocks.
4 blocks surrounding. Well, you know they'll be out there tomorrow, and I can hear your child in the background. Is it a boy or girl?
It's a boy. That's Xander.
Well, hopefully he's going to have a future because his daddy will dare go point out the emperor has no clothes. And thank you so much for what you're doing. I hope folks will join you tomorrow. Tell folks the street address if they don't know where it is.
It's 33 Liberty Street down in the Wall Street area. And Alex, if I could just real quick, I'd like to plug. I'm hosting Liberty Fest New York City on September 10th, and it's lfnyc.com. We're having Richard Gage, Gary Franchi, Peter Schiff, a whole bunch of guests. I sent you an invitation. You know, I know you said you weren't going to be able to make it to New York. You're welcome. Jesse Ventura might be coming, so we just hope everybody.
Well, let me call Jesse today. I'm supposed to call him anyways, and we'll see about that. But we're going to watch what happens tomorrow. Everybody get out there and join Danny. We'll be right back with the news. Okay, I've got a giant stack of the latest financial news, riot news, police state news that we're going to get to. But in the spirit of taking more of your calls, because I love hearing from you, we're going to go to John, Michael, Andrew, and many others here in a moment, take a couple of rounds of calls, and then get back into the news. Also, I want to remind listeners that we have an online video/apparel store at Infowars.com with the best videos, books, the best information, the best T-shirts, ball caps, high-quality water bottles that massively reduce the toxins and poisons in the water, stainless steel with the filter unit made in America. We've got so many items at Infowars.com. And it is your support of this broadcast that has made it possible. It is your ongoing support of this operation that has allowed us to have this platform. So we couldn't do it without you. Plus, when you get books, videos, you get well-produced, powerful info to raise your awareness. You also can then pass it on to others, make copies of my films, air them on Access Television, get them out to people. The ball caps, you'll definitely meet other Info Warriors. The T-shirts, people will ask, what does InfoWars mean? Or you'll meet other listeners of the show. And your purchase funds this operation. So please remember Infowars.com, Infowars.com, and the secure online video bookstore apparel shop. Again, Infowars.com. Please don't forget prisonplanet.tv, where we have, I mean, there's just so much at prisonplanet.tv. What am I going to say about it? Every subject in the world at prisonplanet.tv, every issue has been covered in 8 years. And all my films, other films have been authorized to post, my book, Paul Watson's book, the special nightly news reports that go out live and that are archived there. Soon, the nightly news report starting September 1st. It's all at prisonplanet.tv. And next week, ahead of the new TV show, we're going to launch prisonplanet.tv/rants. It isn't up yet. You'll see it soon. And prisonplanet.tv/news. And these are whole new, updated pages where you'll have the nightly news reports, you'll have the special reports, you'll have rants where I upload rants or do live rants or live reports from my home, from on the road, when I'm on vacation. All the stuff you've been seeing at YouTube, you're going to see it at prisonplanet.tv. So we're just adding more and more and more. And it is your memberships at prisonplanet.tv that make this radio show possible. And I want to thank all of you for supporting us. Also, it's been very stressful getting ready for the new TV show. And we've almost got it basically boiled down and programmed, as they say, for the nightly show. The crew has been staying, I'd say, 2-3 nights a week until 10 or later. We're all very tired, and we're really dedicating ourselves to this because we realize how serious the times are we live in, and that it's just going to get crazier from here on out, as I've been warning you. That said, I have gotten very tired. And I need to take off 3 or 4 days before I launch the TV show so I can really be crisp for it. Also, after years and years of broadcasting and screaming and going to rallies, my voice is tired. I've never experienced where my voice itself, it's hard to speak sometimes. And I hope people will bear with me on that. I cannot go to rallies anymore where you're not allowed to have a bullhorn and scream for 2-3 hours at the top of my lungs, or I'll lose my voice. I've never gone to a speech coach. I've never gone to a speech therapist. I've never had my larynx checked. I know I've screamed so loud before that I've coughed up blood and lacerated my larynx, and so I've got to stop. And I am extremely tired right now. I feel completely drained. I'm not complaining. It's just that I'm going to run a rebroadcast Sunday, and I'm going to try to just sleep and exercise and read and try to reset because I've got to rest a little before what's coming. The problem is every subject, every news item, I want to cover it. Every issue has hundreds of angles to it. I want to try to relay my analysis or impart my information. And I do realize that I've got to pace myself because it's not the rabbit that wins the race, it's the tortoise. And we've done incredible things together, but folks can look at me and tell I'm tired. I am drained, but I've taken week-long vacations before, maybe once a year, and I really do come back refreshed, and I've got to take one. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I may. The problem is so much is happening, and then if there's news going on, I don't end up resting, and I'm calling into my own show and working and sending my reporters news and information. They all need vacations as well. We've tried to hire new people. We've tried to find quality people, and then that's a huge hassle, as you know, than training people. I'm not complaining. It's just going to the next level. We know it's our responsibility. And when I go to your calls, please don't thank me and don't say, oh, Alex, take time off. I just tend to sometimes talk off the top of my head and really just tell you what I'm believing and what I'm thinking. Again, at 5 o'clock today, I'm going to have unlimited energy. It's like weird. Once I get burnt out, I have explosions of energy and then can't stop working, and then I have no energy. And it's like instead of just a good, even-keeled, continual energy that I've always had until the last year or so, and I'll take vitamins, I'll take minerals, and suddenly I'll have energy, and then I'll forget to take the shakes, I'll forget to take the minerals like I've done for the last 2 weeks, and then I'll get exhausted. So that's an issue there as well. But we really are bashing our brains out around here and working our fingers to the bone to fight the globalist. And you can see the result of it. Thanks to all of you spreading the word about the broadcast and just the incredible job you've done. And I'm so thankful to all of our AM and FM affiliates. I'm so thankful to all of our sponsors. I'm so thankful to my great crew and the work that they're doing. We couldn't do any of this without you. And I think of how exhausting it is to really be informed and really be well-researched. And then because of the research, I know that we're going to look back on this time, as I said a year ago. I said a year from now, you'll look back on all the crazy stuff happening, and this will seem tame. And we'll look back a year from now on August 11th, 2011, and we will think it was a cakewalk, a tea party, a walk in the park. And I just, if people would just wake up to the globalists, this nightmare could be turned around. And I have faith people are going to wake up. The problem is the social engineers know you're waking up and know you've woken up, so they've put a very serious control grid in place to try to block us. And if anybody questions that and doesn't know history, just watch the dramas and sitcoms. It is laced with anti-freedom messages. It is laced with demonization of people that are awake. And my heart shudders, not in fear, but with disgust at what we're going to have to go through. And I think that's another reason that I have such a weight on me now, is that decade ago, I hated the globalists, and it was a warm fire. And in the last 10 years, I do what I do for love. And just the darkness and the endless energy and the enjoyment of evil that the globalists exhibit disgust me.